Hello there and welcome to our course of Strengthening Cultural Understanding in the English Language Classroom, or SCU. This video is brought to you by the University of Languages and International Studies. In this video, we will get to know the course overview and structure, and the main content will be an instruction of how to make the best out of SCU to help you improve your cultural knowledge, skills, and English teaching practice. Now, let's get started. So, why do we have this course to offer? First and foremost, it is among the 28 blended courses built by the lecturers and experts from the University of Languages and International Studies as part of the National Foreign Language Project 2020. The results of a nationwide scaled needs analysis conducted by ULIS's experts and scholars in 2016 showed that a great number of Vietnamese teachers of English highly prioritized the necessity of knowledge and skills to handle the cultural contents in English curricular materials. With the vision of contributing to the professional advancement of Vietnamese in-service teachers of foreign languages in general and of English in particular, the goal of this course is to develop teachers' ability to use culture in language teaching and learning at a proficient level. As a teacher of English at a proficient level, you are supposed to have acquired certain adaptive expertise and competency in the domains of language, teachers, and learners. You should demonstrate professional attitudes and values and have the capacity of reflecting on your practice and connecting learning beyond the classroom. Besides, you should be active in the language teaching community and pursue ongoing professional development. In terms of language, you are supposed to have acquired English proficiency of B2 or C1 level in the CEFR. This course is developed based on the theories of backward syllabus design and Vietnam's English Teacher Competency Framework, or ETCF. The big ideas that control the whole course include culture in learning and teaching language, common cultural facts and values of English-speaking countries, and intercultural communication. Based on these big ideas, this course also explores a number of essential questions. 1. Why is cultural knowledge important for language teaching and learning? 2. What's the role of culture in improving communication in English? 3. How can cultural learning contribute to building mutual understanding and empathy? 4. How can language learning enhance cultural identity? And 5. What is intercultural communication? And 6. How can the Vietnamese teachers handle the cultural contents in the current English curricular textbooks in class? This course is aligned to ETCF Competencies 1.4, which says teachers know and embed knowledge of target languages' cultures in their teaching and examine them in the light of the Vietnamese culture for understanding and empathy. The course also embeds Competencies 2.1 and 2.5, which respectively involve integrating language skills and adapting materials and resources. Our course consists of 12 modules, 10 of which present the main contents of the subject. The main topic of each module is inspired by the big concepts in culture and intercultural communication studies, such as intercultural competence, cultural patterns, identity, rhetoric, conceptualizations, and so on. These concepts have been integrated in the mainstream curricula for English language teacher education program at ULIS in the past few years. However, unlike the courses provided for English major university students at ULIS, this online course specifically offers you pedagogical solutions or recommendations that are closely associated with the national English curricular materials and teaching practices. The contents of each module, including theories, examples, analysis, and recommendations, are taken from trustworthy sources and based on shared personal teaching practices of teachers and experts in EFL. We have used books used in core and elective culture courses in high-ranking universities around the world, such as Cultural Conceptualizations and Language by Professor Sharifian at Monash University in Australia, Intercultural Communication, an Interdisciplinary Approach by Professor Nguyễn Phương Mai at Amsterdam University of Applied Sciences in Holland, Intercultural Communication for Everyday Life by Professor John Bowen and colleagues at Illinois State University in the US, and many more. These materials provide the latest discoveries and dialogues about culture and intercultural communication with multiple approaches toward the issues. Moreover, every module is presented with different genres of materials, ranging from scientific articles to entertaining clips or stories, from authentic sources to more controlled ones. Different macro skills of listening, reading, and writing are also integrated into this course, providing you with opportunities to receive and reproduce knowledge in well-rounded manners. As I said before, there are 10 main modules in this course. Module 1 explains the current status of English as an international language, the role of teaching culture in English language education, and presents an overview of methodology of teaching culture. Module 3 introduces to you the most influential categories of culture developed by two famous scholars, Edward Hall and Gerd Hofstede, and how these taxonomies are reflected in our communication. Module 4 discusses the formation and characteristics of cultural identity, its relationships with language and cultural biases. Modules 5 and 6 present two most popular modes of communication, namely verbal and nonverbal codes, and how their use affect the success of communication. Module 7 explains cultural organizations of messages and structure of conversations, which differ across cultures and impact how people around the world persuade others. Module 8 talks about current issues of the relations between media and culture and how teachers use advanced technologies in their language classrooms. Module 9 introduces to you a rather complex yet interesting concept of cultural conceptualizations, which can be applied as a tool for cultural contents analysis and exploration. And Module 10 describes the culture of classrooms in Vietnam, the application of imported pedagogies, and the mutual influences of different cultures in terms of language education. The very last module focuses on the takeaway of this course. So what is there in a module? Each module contains a workload equivalent to 15 hours of self-study. The whole course shares the same module template, in which there are 5 components: plan, activate, learn, master, and supplement. It is advisory that you explore any module following the same order of these 5 components on your Moodle. The module's plan provides you the overview and specific objectives of the module. Before getting to the main contents of the module, make sure that you have a general idea of the topic and a checklist of what you expect to require from the module. This is important for you to reflect on your knowledge and skills after studying any module, as well as to check whether the lesson has fulfilled the objectives it announced. The Activate section is actually similar to a warm-up activity in your classroom. You will be given some text to read or video to watch, and afterwards answer some questions that follow the material. These readings or videos and follow-up questions help you to activate your study mode, elicit your previous knowledge and experiences, and keep you wonder about the new information. Don't skip this section if you happen to think that it's less important than the other sections. Sometimes you may find interesting ideas or useful sources for your own teaching materials from this part. The Learn section is where the majority of the module's contents are located. In this section, you are supposed to read 2 readings and watch 3 studio-produced tutorials on average about the module's topic. It doesn't matter whether you choose to read or watch first. However, the video lectures are designed in such a way that the presented concepts are related and ordered in a particular logic, for example, from the general to the specific. To make the best use of those video lectures, it is highly recommended that as you are watching the tutorials, keep your teaching materials next to you so you can immediately associate the new concepts with your existing knowledge and materials. If there is any mismatch, unclear instruction, or missing information, note it down right away so that you, your peers, and the course instructors can clarify it in the follow-up discussions. Talking of which, the discussion is where you have to answer given questions related to the learning contents of the readings and video lectures. This is where you apply the knowledge provided in the module to raise your opinions or to demonstrate your explanations about a particular issue. It's also a good chance for you to network with other teachers and gain precious professional sharing from colleagues around Vietnam in terms of teaching culture in an English classroom. In the Master section, you will have to demonstrate your mastery over the knowledge provided in the module through fulfilling 3 activities, namely a quiz of 10 questions for memory checking, a performance task equal to 3 hours of self-study, which takes various forms, ranging from writing or speaking to lesson planning or teaching practicum, a reflection that summarizes your comprehension and the extent to which you have applied the new knowledge in your real life. It is expected that in this section, you can show not only your good memory of the main points or concepts, but also your capacity to associate knowledge with reality in a very personal, specific, and practical manner, especially in teaching activities. Therefore, after studying each module, if you have any question to ponder, bring it to your school and discuss with your colleagues, or even with your students, because culture may not require high qualifications to solve problems. If you find it hard or unrealistic to apply any new idea in your teaching, break it down into small segments and try with simple, small activities as long as there's cultural contents there. A little practice every once in a while will help you attain certain expertise. Finally, the supplement section provides you with more resources for further research and understandings of the same topic and the transcripts of the video tutorials of the module. So, are you ready to enjoy this journey to strengthening cultural understanding in the English classrooms? I hope that you will have great experience with this course and produce a lot of effective learning outcomes. Stay tuned and thank you for watching.